So today I'm doing a walk around the Wildflower garden at St Ives in Sydney's Upper North Shore. It's kind of like a botanical gardens, but it's all native. It's all about native Australian flora and obviously fauna. And you can see that it's all pretty much just Australian bush. Beautiful, rugged, awesome Australian bush. It's also a nursery. They sell all the Australian native plants. They have a shop which sells all sorts of interesting teas and stuff that are all made from Australian plants like bottle seed and stuff like that. They've even got tanks where they've got snakes and lizards, and they bring the lizards out and sometimes the snakes out to show the kids and let them feel them. They also do a lot of stuff for schools where they bring classes up and they do walkthroughs, the tracks through the parks, telling them, what the different flowers and plants are, which edibles, the animals and stuff, and educate them around, sustainability and looking after the environment and why everything is just so important. I'll show some of the tracks and some of the maps and stuff, and you'll get an idea of just the size of the place and just how much there is to do here. Bushwalk wise, the tracks are all kind of fairly easy, at least they're doable, and some are quite short, and some are quite long. There's lots to do for lots of different types of people with different types of mobility and capability and ages, etc. So yeah, it's an awesome place, and I wanted to do a video about today because it's probably one of my favorite places in the world to come, and I can't highly recommend it enough for anyone to come.
So show me now, today, that future not so far away. Let me hear the sounds as you tell me a story now till it comes around. Oh my mind, till it comes around.
So a lot of the tracks here are quite easy. Some just have a few steps to climb. It's far from bush bashing, but it's far from a footpath. There's been a lot of rain, some pretty bad storms recently, so this is a good idea of how bad the tracks get after inclement weather. A little bit of water, so don't wear your best stilettos. In general, the tracks are pretty short, and they all tend to link up and loop around. You've got options of doing a walk that might just be a 15-minute thing, or because all the tracks, or most of them all, join up together, you can reach a junction and extend that walk out if you feel brave enough. The longest walks all the way around the entire property, and that walk's about 3 hours all round. It's probably the most difficult walk because it's the most climbing, because we start up the top when we come into the property, and that track goes all the way down to the creek at the bottom, and it's all on the slope of a hill, so you'll see in a minute what it's kind of like, but it's obviously steps, but apart from that it's straightforward. Because the tracks join out and there's all these junctions, there's an example of one here, right? So track goes up there, back, and that goes back up to a shorter track that goes back to where we came from in the car park, and that whole track would be about a 15-minute loop. Or where we're going here is like straight down, and you can see the steps, and this is the start of the big long track that goes all the way down to the creek at the bottom. So this is the start of the steps. Some are kind of little, some are big, some are just rocks, and some They're just gradients. It's not a footpath, but it's not hard. You just got to take your time, and it's pretty easy to just not be paying attention and put your footing wrong and end up having a bad day. So coming up to one of those junctions, and gives you like, this is that track and this is that track. So you got a choice of which way you like to go, and they even give you a nice little map with a "you are here" thing, which so give you an idea. We parked here, the little visitor centre was there, we started our walk along here, and we've come down here and we're now here, and this is the junction that goes off left or to right. So the right one goes back up to the car park essentially, and that whole loop's probably about a 15-20 minute walk maybe. And then this one continues to go down around the big walk down to the bottom of the creek, and then back up around, and that's the one I was talking about. That's really cool. Every single time that I've come here and done a walk of any proportion, I've always felt infinitely better when I've left. All the different cicada species have each got their own little song that's unique, and they are all quite different. Some are rhythmic, some are pulsing, some are sort of static, some are really high pitched, almost like a hiss. And I love these guys because there's just one of them here, just some solo guy just giving it all he's got, living his best life. You can hear it's just a really sweet, soft humming. It's beautiful. When you get a whole chorus of them, it's haunting. It's a haunting sound. It's beautiful. Another good example here of the eucalypt shedding their bark. They do this as they grow. It's like a lot of things shed their skin, so they get too big for it, and there's just been so much good weather for them to grow so much. But you see all the bark around the bottom, and she's naked as. It looks like you're looking at a naked lady. X-rated trees. That whole tree, all of its bark, all of its cover, it's all been stripped off. Alright, so we're back up the top of that little loop track that I said takes about 15 minutes. This map's a bit faded, but yeah, we came to the visitor centre and we came down here and we ran around there, and now we're here. And this goes back up to the visitor centre there. So this just comes up to the car park loop. So the visitor centre's up there where we came in. One of the things that's cool up around this area is there's these enormous high voltage power lines running right through the middle of right across the park. We're here. We did this. We came in here. We parked. We did the visitor centre. We walked around here, and now we're here in this roundabouty thing where the crackling high power tower is. And now what we're going to do, I've decided that I'm going to come down the bottom and maybe come across to the Mueller track so you can see a bit of that from the outside, and maybe there go down to see the creek and then come back up. And you can see it's a easy track. It's a fire trail. So this is down at the bottom of the property, and this is what's called Whitbird Gully, probably named after the Australian bird, which I've never heard down here. So, don't know, but it is beautiful. You can see the creek heading all the way back up. That's Cowan Creek, I think. Yeah, Cowan Creek. And that goes all the way up to pretty much like where I live, which is a 15-minute drive from here. So like, it's a big creek, it's a big deal. It's home to a lot of stuff. And this is about halfway down along the big walk around the outside. So this is kind of the payoff reward. If you choose to do that walk, you'll get to about halfway through the walk, and that's here, and you can chill out and have a picnic and that sort of stuff. It's a beautiful spot. It's not normally this much water. We've had a lot of rain lately, so it's normally a lot calmer, and there's tons of dragonflies normally, and you can just sit and watch them all chase each other, and there's all the different colors, and they're surprisingly hard to follow. You try to pick one and say, oh, I'm just going to watch that one and see where it goes. They're so quick, and they dart around and hover, and yeah, beautiful the way they fly. So yeah, there's not much of that today. It's surprising. I would have thought there'd be more of it, but I've only seen one dragonfly. So, and there's also normally a lot of water dragons down here, just chilling out, having a sunbake, having a swim. Sometimes you find eels down here, little fish, froggies, tadpoles. Yeah, beautiful spot. Whitbird Gully, and this is right down the bottom. I'll show you in the map later, if I haven't already. So I had some serious losses through the pandemic, people, and found myself with some grieving to do, some pretty serious grieving to do actually. And it's hard to do that at home. One of the things I found out was that it's really beneficial to go sit near running water, like a creek or a cascadey kind of thing like this, or waterfall. And I'm quite lucky to have a lot of that around me, so I gave it a crack, and yeah, just go and just sit next to a creek or a waterfall or something, and just watch what happens, because I can contest to the fact that I don't know the science of it, but it's really soothing, it's really calming, and it's really it gives you a sense of something greater than yourself, which I think helps with perspective, which is super important when you're grieving, because you really feel like you're stuck. And I think maybe it's just the movement of water is the science of it, I don't know, but that helps you get unstuck. Some subconscious thing goes on in your mind, but it works, and I'd recommend you try it. Take bug spray though, you know? You don't want to get mozzie bite infections.
Well, I know you and all the crazy little things you do. It's fine, your style of sunshine, turning my gray skies to blue.
Okay, so that's Whitbird Gully. So you could have gotten there by coming all the long way down, but we obviously came down here and then did that. No, sorry, we came down here and we did that. So now we're going to walk all the way back around here and back up to the, I might come out through the picnic and show that. The pond down here is awesome, but it's closed at the moment, so can't show you that. But yeah, we'll come up through this and then probably come up through the car park this way. So yeah, it's going to be about 30-40 minutes to come back up to kind of here-ish. So let's do it.
Grind. The truth of your love will reveal you standing here. If you fall, I got a good pair of hands to catch you, baby. Now you stall, I'll be waiting. Hey now, you call, sound ain't even gonna leave your lips before I'm on my way. Hey, oh baby, if we go walking in the rain, I will kiss and hug and squeeze and hold you tight. Hey, oh baby, can you see what I am saying? I'm in love, and it's alright if you fall. Got a good pair of hands to catch you, baby. Now you stall, I'll be waiting.